of tomorrow with Heather and Ross. Together with their friends, you know their boss. The sound of tomorrow with Ross and Heather. They're talking with their friends and they think they're clever.
Hey look, there's Jimmy Spaceboy. Take it to the space bridge.
Looks like it's number 6. Announcer Mike.
All right, number 6. Everyone's favorite evil liberal, the comedy stylings of Chuck McCoy.
Woo!
Or no? Can I borrow the? Oh, thanks. I want people to actually see I'm using notes. Oh, this is on the. This is audio. Oh, thank you. It's good to be here tonight. Thank you very much. Okay, how are you doing, everybody? Everybody looks like we got a good crowd here. Boy, it's great to be back here at the Mez. I was just here a couple of days ago, actually. We got a new president, Barack Obama. I personally voted for him. I still have the bumper sticker on my car. I am assuming we don't have too many Republicans here tonight. Maybe we got a couple. You never know. Some of the people on the far right, especially certain religious leaders, are kind of like poor losers. I mean, I've seen a lot of guys I didn't vote for, like Ronald Reagan, get elected. But unlike some well-known religious leaders, I didn't accuse, after Ronald Reagan won in 1980 and 84, I didn't accuse him of being the Antichrist. That's taking it a little, I don't know if this is true. 100% that they had some reasons why Barack Obama is the Antichrist, because apparently the Bible says that the Antichrist, when he comes to earth, will be someone very charismatic, and Obama's charismatic. So what logic, what better logic do you want than that? It's like, that's kind of being a poor sport, you know, like when the Buffalo Bills lost the Super Bowl. I like when that guy missed the field goal. I didn't say the New York Giants are all the Antichrist. I didn't say Bill Parcells, their coach, was the Antichrist. I said, okay, we lost, disappointed. Now, ministers and priests in Buffalo didn't say, what happened was, but the Buffalo Bills would have won, but just as he was trying the field goal, Satan came down from hell, and they went, oh, gee, I'm glad I go to church. It really pays to be religious. Oh, those are good. Now, if you take that logic, that he's the Antichrist, he's charismatic. Well, actually, a lot of people are charismatic. You know that show on PBS on Saturday night, Lawrence Welk, the guy who's been dead for like 50 years. He's on. They show the reruns every week. See, my grandmother thought he was charismatic, so as far as he could be the Antichrist for all we know. Well, it's always the least you expect. Thank you, boys. And now we're all going to go to hell. March to hell with me. And a one and a two. We're going to play the old Frankie Yankovic tune, Burning in Eternal Damnation Forever Polka. It's an old one from the 1940s. This is listener-supported WXXI. Please give us all your money before you walk into hell. Our CEO needs a raise. He only makes $300,000 a year. What's really interesting, I'm pretty liberal politically, but I'm into marketing. A lot of clever marketing techniques. For instance, Tops. I was down at Tops, which is our local supermarket for people hearing this show out of town. And they got this thing where you buy a product with a scanner. It scans the barcode. And then, it prints out those coupons with your receipt, when you're leaving. And then they got stuff that, like, sometimes, quite often, it has something to do with the product you just bought. Like a couple of months ago, I had a stuffy drain, so I bought some Drano. And then it printed out a 10% discount for Roto-Rooters. That makes sense. See, if my Drano doesn't work, I'll call up Roto-Rooter and get 10% off. So that's very clever. I think that's a good idea. Nothing wrong with that. They do that with all their products, though. For instance, you know who Ann Coulter is? She's that awful woman, says those terrible things that she said liberals after 9/11 should be shot because, after all, this is a free country and they deserve it. We have the right to shoot people. And I read her latest hate-filled book because I'm a fair-minded person. I decided to buy it at Tops. So I scanned it, at the automatic scanner thing, and I get my receipt. And they also had something similar to that. I got a 10% offer for a 10% discount on a 1-year membership in the Ku Klux Klan. I just thought that was that's a good idea. I said, what the hell? That's wonderful. Excellent marketing there. I have the basic satellite dish network package. I don't get Fox News, and I've been reading on the internet for all those bloggers saying how biased they are. Fox News has this biased right-wing, far right-wing bias. I figured, there's bloggers, they're just exaggerating. This week we're getting a free Fox News, some of the other premium channels that we don't get, and man, they are as prejudiced towards against liberals as the bloggers were saying. I was watching it the other night. They got these. They got that guy with the real deep voice, the voiceover guy. You know, when they break for a commercial, he does the little bumper over the music, the news sounder going into the commercials. He's going, coming up next on Fox News. The world religious leaders agree. Barack Obama is the Antichrist. Also coming up later, a special guest editorial by Bill O'Reilly. Why all registered Democrats should be put in concentration camps. Fair, balanced, and somewhat psychotic. This is Fox News. Their sports division, too, Fox Sports, that had the NFL and everything, I've noticed they've really lowered the bar. They'll take advertising for, like, just about anything. They'll take advertising for just about anything. Same thing, they got that guy with the deep voice doing the sponsors at the start of the NFL games. The NFL on Fox, brought to you by Crack 45. Crack 45, the official crack cocaine of the National Football League. Also brought to you by Vermont Slims. Finally, a heroin delivery system just for women. You've come a long way, baby. Keith Richards wouldn't use it, but you can. The NFL. And one other thing I'll end with. We have a 5-minute set, right? But you can edit it out. So if I gone over 5 minutes already?
I haven't been timing you.
Your mic would turn off.
It would? Okay, that's it. Thanks, Squish. Thanks. Good job.
Oh, he's been timing it.
I just don't want to miss. This is great. You can just put this part on pause if you want it. But one thing I noticed too. I used to work in broadcasting. I was thinking that one time of getting into public relations. That's kind of a challenging thing today because there's so many of these really sleazy, corrupt corporations, you know. We're finding out one like Chase Bank and all these banking industry people. And I found a couple things out. I was doing some research on that on the internet. There's some ways you can make like the sleaziest, rottenest corporation, money-hungry, corrupt corporation look good if you're in the public relations games. One very good thing is a lot of these big companies they do underwriting on public broadcasting, underwriting on PBS, especially Masterpiece Theater. That's a good place to do that because they got it's very sophisticated. They got that posh English announcer, also does the voiceovers. Ever heard that guy? And you can take the sleaziest company and they'll come up subconsciously. You'll associate them with being classy. You can have Masterpiece Theater, brought to you by a grant tonight from Mobile Exxon. Mobile Exxon, combining obscene profits with moral bankruptcy. Also brought to you by a grant from the American Nazi Party. The Nazis. Compared to Mobile Exxon, we don't seem so bad. Also brought to you by a grant from Satan. Be evil. Spend an eternity in hell with Satan. Also, compared to Mobile Exxon, he doesn't seem so bad. Well, that's my set, I believe, so thank you very much.
The Sound of Tomorrow has been brought to you by Jimmy Spaceboy, who reminds you...
It's not my fault you can't get a girlfriend, but don't come down here and sneer at everybody else.